Alright, quick update on STEP at ticker symbol FITFI. So, it looks like since our most recent run up, it looks like we're starting to lose a fairly decent amount of momentum at this moment in time. So, if we do zoom out, I do want to highlight, probably let's start off on the weekly time frame using the Heikenhashi candles, clear this up a bit. You can very much see that the bears are in full control. We've got exponential selling volume coming in, and while this week we haven't seen anything, insane per se, you can still see that we are absolutely getting battered against the USD pair. We're down 87%, and I've been talking about this on my channel for these move to earns, but these move to earns are not built to survive a bear market. Now, does that mean that we should never buy FITFI, we should never trade it? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not hating on the project. I'm simply saying these move to earns are highly inflationary, and without a constant new, horde of buyers coming in and buying up the token supply, it is going to just keep on dropping. And this is why we're seeing this is down 97% when other altcoins are down 50 or 60% or so. So this is not just FITFI. All of the altcoins are currently getting battered right now. We are seeing the same market structure throughout the board. For example, just looking right off the bat, I don't want to draw back from all of the data points we've got here. It would take too long, but you can see high, lower high, lower high, lower high, breakdown. And once again, I really don't want to talk about these micro lower highs. I'm much more interested in the very, very evident lower highs in the big blow off tops. And it seems like this was the last massive blow off top. Now, we are coming right back down to the 13 EMA. So if we do not hold this 13 EMA, which is currently converging, this is probably going to be stuck at around about 9.5 cent in the next 4 hours or so. If we do not hold that region and we break below 9.5, just like every other time we've collided below the 13 EMA, here, we managed to flip it here, which is why we went on such a big rally. But, since breaking above it, we have not had a successful backtest. Now, you might be thinking, we flipped it and had a massive run. How's that not a successful backtest? Well, I always talk about this on my channel. To have a successful backtest, you need to first cross a moving average or a point of support, resistance, whatever you want. You have to make an invalidation point. This was up here. You have to come back test it. That is the second thing that you need to do. So you've broken above it, found your invalidation point. That's number one. You've broken back down to the support / resistance range, moving average, whatever you want to call it. And you need to hold it, obviously. This is what we've done here. But now, third and finally, you need to break above the previous invalidation point and flip it. If you do not do that, it was never a successful flip. So if you start to see a move below 9.5 cent in the next 4 to 8 hours, this is going to massively get magnetized to the downside. So I really don't think we need to we really need to overanalyze it too much. We've previously come down to here. Every time that I've been talking about these bearish predictions on my channel, they always seem like they're a little bit too bearish, but they always get overshot. So previously, the last major prediction we were calling was like a 40% drop down from this inverse head and shoulders, and we dropped 58%. So it's very evident that this can drop like an absolute rock. Unfortunately, there's a lot of conflicting information on crypto.com, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. When you look at the actual market cap of this, apparently it has not been verified, but it should be around about the 40 million mark, which would make sense considering how volatile this asset is. Now, once again, weekly time frame, absolutely nothing's changed. You're in a massive downtrend. Volume is exponentially in favor of the bears, and we're already losing momentum. We're putting in that lower high, so I think the breakdown is coming. I'm really not a fan of trend lines because I think they can be drawn 1,000,001 different ways. Like if I wanted to kind of make this sound more bearish than it was, I could have drawn this like this and then had it already breaking down. I actually don't think there is any way that you can draw this though where it wouldn't have broken down already. Yeah, there's literally no way that you can draw this, at least that I'm aware of, where you could say that this is still bullish, unless you did something like this, which is like you're really trying to stretch for support at this point in time. But then if you did do something like that, you can always move it over, do something like this, which is why I'm not the biggest fan of trend lines. This is how I would draw it. I also recognize that trend lines, they really don't mean too much. They are just a line in the sand. Moving averages, Fibonacci's, key points of area of previous support slash resistances, and also technical analysis patterns, momentum indicators is what I run off on this channel. And right off the bat, we could have just looked at this chart and said the bottom's not in by looking at the volume and the weekly Fibonacci candle. So that being said, my price prediction would not be back down to the previous lows. I think that would be way too conservative. I really do think a massive flush out to about 2.8 cents, this would be another 72% drop, would be on the table. And once again, you might think that's bearish, but I'm pretty sure it's already down like 98%, so, or it's down 86%. So when you're down 86%, another 71% drop is really not too far, because when you do look at these macro structures, you can see this would only be going from a 86% drop down to 2 cents. This would be about a 97% drop. So it's once again really not too far, really not too far-fetched. Keep your eyes on 9.5 cents. If we do capitulate below there, we're going to be below one of the most important moving averages, and the lower time frames look like our momentum indicators are already flipping bearish. So we're coming to a very key pivotal moment. 9.5 cents. If it breaks, we're going to landslide. That's all I've got for you today. As always, not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.